from $189 to $159 on FlexPay at $26 and change to bring this home. Now you are getting genuine garnets, and they're specialty cut garnets. We'll talk about that in a second. But in the center, it's ruby zoisite. And a lot of you may say, I'm not familiar with that. You are, you just normally don't hear it called zoisite. Zoisite is actually the mineral group that tanzanite is a member of. So blue zoisite is tanzanite. Occasionally, zoisite is combined with corundum, which is the mineral group that ruby is from, and it's a marriage between the gemstone that you normally get tanzanite from, the mineral group I should say, and ruby. So very rarely you get these two as they occur together, and it is a phenomenal stone. But then what we did to give you just a further enhancement of that red is we gave you beautiful garnets, which quite honestly could pass for rubies. They're that red. I would promise you, as a gemstone collector, if you just did this for the centerpiece, if you just did it for the big ruby zoisite in the center, it is well worth that $159. But I love the fact that it looks like you've got the layer upon layer upon layer of those gorgeous, gorgeous garnets, which again could pass for rubies. It has a 2-inch extender, so it can go anywhere from 7 inches to 9 inches, and we are busy, busy on this. It was appraised at $370. We did it at $189, but today it's $159. And when we say appraised, honestly, I don't even know where you would find something like this, Carol.
Well, again, so we're gonna go back, if you just tuned in, to the fact, what is a Rarities piece of fine jewelry? A Rarities piece of fine jewelry has to be something that either has a rare gemstone, hello, a rare design, hello, that you're not finding anywhere else, and a rare story. The story of ruby zoisite. It is a single source gemstone. It comes from the same place as tanzanite. Now the beauty of this gemstone, I fell in love with ruby zoisite the first time I met it. And the first time I met it, the first time I saw ruby zoisite was in Tucson, maybe 5 years ago. And at that time, and I have to be honest with you, even up until last year, when I brought the 1 or 2 pieces of ruby zoisite to HSN, I think that many of my viewers didn't understand its organic beauty. So sharing with you today, it's a phenomenon of nature to be able to get a ruby and zoisite that grow together in the Earth's crust and are able to form a gemstone. So this is a slice, a very large slice. It's 18 by 21 millimeters, and it is free form, and it is natural, and it is gorgeous. Now, I'm gonna turn this over so you can see, again, we're gonna talk about craftsmanship. You can see, first of all, what I love is many people might have covered up the back of the ruby zoisite because maybe the back wasn't as beautiful as the front. But this is as beautiful from the back as it is from the front. I've used a incredibly, look at this, gorgeous, shiny 14 karat gold vermeil to bezel set this piece in. I've then faceted it. Because ruby zoisite tends to be more of an opaque gemstone, faceting it gives it all the sparkle and luster of the ruby.
And everyone's a one of a kind, right,
That's
Carol?
also, I'm gonna put this on Connie's wrist so she can share with you how each one that you're gonna get home is going to be different. Now, the quality control group at HSN kills me for these things because they want everything to look exactly alike. My feeling is, quite frankly, when gemstones are born of the earth, they're like people. No 2 people, unless you're an identical twin, look alike. No 2 gemstones that come from God's earth have the same fingerprint. So what's amazing and interesting and unique is not only is this a rare design that you can only get here at HSN, it's also a gemstone that's a rarity because every one of you will have your own fingerprint, your own birth certificate of a ruby zoisite. When you're looking at the 3 strands of amazing Merlot garnet, they're almost, you know, they say that garnet looks, it's the color of pomegranate. I am a huge, personally, I'm a huge fan of garnet.
Me too.
More so than ruby. And the reason why is because I love the color of Bordeaux. Ruby is a gorgeous cherry red. It is a beautiful red. It's the color I'm wearing on my nails right now. But there's something incredibly intoxicating, regal and royal about that Merlot color. It's like the finest Merlot wine. It's like that $300 bottle of dreamy Merlot that most of us will never own. And this is all hand-wired, gold, gorgeous links.
Okay, hang in there. You've got this if you're on board. We do have something to update you on. We are sold out.